Hi everyone, Josh from the future here. Just wanted to give a quick disclaimer on this episode. During the first segment where we talk about the war in Afghanistan and the fact that we are leaving it, theoretically of course, we do misrepresent the size of the Taliban. We were both working on arguably way too old information on it. We did not know at the time how powerful they actually were because we have not heard much about them recently. But we did say a few truthful things that we still believe in about the war on Afghanistan, and as such, we've decided to leave the entire segment in its entirety. Because of that, I just want to make a quick disclaimer. We do misrepresent a few things in some arguments, but because there are nuggets of truth, we decided to leave it in. So, without further ado, please enjoy the show, and we apologize for the inconvenience of us being dipshits. So, enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to the Worst Takes.
I'm Josh.
I'm Sarah. I'm sorry.
And this is the Worst Takes.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
We're energetic. It's an early podcast, and by early I mean 10 p.m.
Yeah. It is technically earlier than when we record these.
What is it? We did a 12 o'clock podcast last week.
Yeah, and we were like, never again. We're waking up every day at 6 a.m. just to do the podcast early.
Podcast is the last thing on our schedule all the time, every day. 10 a.m. 10 p.m.
10 p.m. Not 10 a.m. Dear God, no. None of that, please.
God. Yeah, because we gotta be as like punctual, you know. We gotta be.
Yeah.
The reason why we do it at 10 p.m. is because technically it makes it feel like it's only been 3 days since. It's how quick we can make it topical, you know.
That's true. I guess.
How long until after Steven Crowder gets blown the fuck out, or how relevant will we still be?
I do not ever want to talk about Steven Crowder getting blown. Anyway, Josh, what is this podcast about?
This is a political podcast where we find the worst takes and then make fun of them, I guess.
Yeah. So guess what, Josh?
You have a worst take?
Well, this isn't the worst take. This is something that has happened.
Oh.
This is a piece of news, This is a
factual retelling of events for the purposes of journalism.
And then we will respond to some takes.
Ooh.
On this piece of news.
Well, color me lavender because I'm intrigued. Is that not the saying?
You're a sissy. I said you're a sissy, dude. I meant to say you're a sassy little boy, and I called my own boyfriend a sissy, guys. Within 10 minutes of the podcast.
Sarah calls boyfriend soy boy cuck.
Yeah, you need to put that in the title of this. Like, that's the clickbait title. And then I'll do like the face. Hold on. And then you do your sad face. Or yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's very good.
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
You put those in the title.
My boyfriend is sissy.
You're a sassy little boy today. That's what I meant to say. Is that any better? Probably not.
Probably not. Probably fucking
it's
not.
It's better than me pretending like, here's a segue, I'm Joe Biden and I'm fighting a journalist or something.
Ooh.
That's not what happened. So President Joe Biden says the U.S. military mission in Afghanistan will conclude on August 31st, ending a nearly 20-year mission.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Yay!
So far. We get it. If that's true, I'm with it.
That is true.
But I've been told this for the past 22 years of my life.
Yeah, right.
However long, what is it? 2003 is when it started technically? Or is that just was it Afghanistan 2002, Iraq 2003? Was it a year apart or was it the same year?
I think it was.
I should know this.
I don't know.
If I'm going to posture as a political person, I should know this.
It was nearly 20 years ago.
It was about 20 years ago. Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay.
Cool.
And then I'll read a little more. We did not go to Afghanistan to nation build, Biden said in a speech on his administration's efforts to wind down the war. Afghan leaders have to come together and drive toward a future. So basically saying, ain't our business.
Yeah, it's not our fucking problem.
We should probably get the fuck out of
Which
here.
honestly never was our problem.
Which, I mean, yes, it never was.
Yeah.
Honestly. Some people are going to say, like, because of 9/11, it became our problem.
But, I mean, that's not the way you go about.
How many people do we have to kill?
Exactly,
Until we're done. It's
pretty obvious that the wars in the Middle East have just been nothing but bloodshed for no apparent reason.
Yeah. Well, because it's profitable.
Well, yeah, it's profitable, and what is it, like the oil companies are trying to take advantage of it to like try and go
Oil companies and taking
yeah.
your budget and allocating like 97% of it towards war funding and the military by saying we have to fund the war. We have to fund the war. I can't pay for education. I got to fund the war, and sort of driving that sort of anti-intellectualism, anti-socialist propaganda.
Oh yeah, and that definitely plagued the Bush administration. That ideology of like, we just have to go and fucking.
Well, yeah, that was definitely a ploy to go in and try to fucking. Didn't he like admit that at some point?
I want to say, because I watched some more news video on this about like how we try to quote rehabilitate monsters.
Yeah,
and like how George Bush's like whole entire new persona is like trying to tell himself as like a painter or whatever, and he was like, I made a mistake with the Afghanistan or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's like it's really like trying to like. What is it, apologia for a 20-year war?
I mean, listen, man, like fucking, I never even thought of George Bush as being the person. George Bush putting the U.S. into Afghanistan and Iraq was like the obvious, you are a pawn. George Bush is a pawn of somebody else's game, because fucking like even SNL was at the time was making fun of him to where they had George Bush Sr. like take him out hunting. Like George Bush Jr., George W. And fucking W is just like out there like fucking hunting cattle or whatever. And he's like, Dad, I can't believe you would want to like hang out with me. You never want to hang out. And then George Bush Sr. is like, I swear to God, son, when you're president, you better fucking start this fucking war. It's like, it's so funny. Holy shit. I recommend people to go back and like really look at how people were reacting to George W. Bush's, like how liberals and leftists back then in the 2000s were reacting to George W. Bush's presidency, because it is one of the funnier. It's sort of, it was like some of the bigger, like nationwide, everybody's making fun of this one guy for being a fucking idiot, and he is a fucking idiot.
He is for sure.
It's just he can come off like a kind man and has done some kind things, and nobody, I mean, just like nobody knows of any person on the internet or celebrity, anyone, nobody's gonna know his true self or his true feelings.
Yeah, I guess
none of this is real. None of the shit he did was like fucking like actually he believes in that. No, it's just obviously this is a dance and pony show.
Yeah, I can agree with that to an extent, I think. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, that was back when the presidency was trying to convince people that you were a real person who wanted to do good for America, and then Donald Trump happened, and nobody understood what the fuck was going on.
Well, yeah, everyone is suspect, which honestly, everyone should have been suspect since.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of naive.
Well,
you know?
Yeah.
It's, I don't know.
President do good thing, therefore all president good.
Yeah, no, it's not true.
It's not true anymore.
Obviously not.
It's never been true.
We had a whole Nixon. We had a whole Nixon.
You think we would have learned our lesson by now?
We had a whole ass Nixon. Anyway, so we're pulling out of the war in Afghanistan apparently in August 31st.
And if that is true, good, because I've been told this like for years now that we're gonna be coming out.
Yeah. So okay. So TBG says, I've been really conflicted, and this person, he looks like a young person.
Ooh, we got a youngie. We got a young person.
And so he goes, I've been really conflicted on this. It's really been bothering him.
Hold on.
He's really been bothered.
He's been contemplating the socioeconomical impacts
of pulling out of a 20-year war that did nothing.
Think of Lockheed Martin, guys. Guys.
How are we? Guys, the fucking tank building industry is gonna go.
Guys,
is gonna
Boeing,
be.
There are only so many airlines for Boeing. We need them to make 52s, okay?
Didn't we just buy those fucking crazy ships or something? Those planes?
What?
Didn't we just buy something fucking crazy recently?
As a country?
Yeah.
I don't know,
we just invented some fucking crazy war shit.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because I remember that being on Twitter and people saying like, I don't know, if you know what you probably know what I'm talking about at this point if you're watching this. Fucking It was something like a fucking Navy ship that can like fucking shoot people accurately, like fucking shoot missiles at you or something. It was fucking wild, and it cost fucking trillions of dollars.
Jesus.
And then people were like, "Wow, minimum wage is $8." That's really cool. Healthcare, please.
I'm happy we can
which I mean that's a good thing that we're pulling out of it. It's
a good thing if it's real.
Objectively a good thing.
It's objectively good, yes.
If
Get
you're
the fuck out.
If you're not
a rational human being
person putting a American flag on your Ford.
True.
If you're sitting around thinking, wondering, hoping that your kids might get a good public education. If you're hoping for that, it's good for you. Hopefully it's not like. Hopefully Joe Biden's not going to turn around and be like, I'm building a new space station.
It's actually
or something like that.
We're going to build a space station directly above Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And it's going to just drop nukes.
Yeah, we're just going to build a dome.
So instead of building planes, Step 1, you build the dome. Step 2, you put the nuke in it. Step 3, profit,
Stephen King and J.J. Abrams got together.
You remember the plot of the Simpsons movie? I
was talking about the TV show The Dome, where there's a fucking town and it's like by J.J. Abrams and there's a fucking bunch of people under a dome.
When did The Dome come out? Because the Simpsons movie, that's the same plot.
It was around the same time. I think it was maybe after The Simpsons. I don't know. Simpsons movie came out a long time ago, yeah.
Hold on, okay.
You gotta look it up. But let me get through this take.
Let's get the fact checking out, everybody. We gotta figure this out.
TBG has been really conflicted on this.
TBG is really conflicted, and for a really good reason.
I hate that America is interfering with foreign affairs. But terrorism is a pretty big threat.
Shut the fuck up.
It will only get worse if they leave.
Shut the fuck up. No, it's not. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not worried about Afghanistan and the Middle East. I'm not.
Me neither.
I'm worried about everyone else in America.
I'm more worried about North Korea, arguably, than I am Afghanistan.
I don't even give a shit about North Korea, honestly.
North Korea can hit California, remember?
Oh, yeah. I don't think they're going to do that.
And he could hit Florida.
I think if North Korea pulled some shit, I think every country on the earth would annihilate them in a heartbeat. Well, it wouldn't even be like a World War III thing. It would just be everyone versus one country.
Yeah. I care less about it. Well, I mean, even if we were to bomb North Korea, it would still be terrible for the Earth.
It would still be bad, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm not saying it's a
garbage.
Good thing.
That's the less chemicals we can pump into the Earth, the better. But anyway, Chef Gay-Kwan, gay flag, communist hammer and sickle, red flag, penguin emoji.
Fuck yeah. All right. Let's go.
And his profile...
please don't be pro-Afghanistan after hearing that. I swear
Wouldn't that
to
be so funny?
Fucking God.
His profile picture is of a puffin penguin looking down at you.
Oh, yeah. I love that image, yeah.
The U.S. is the world's largest terrorist organization. We're the terrorism threat to the rest of the world.
Arguably, I can get that, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, fact check done. 2007, The Simpsons movie came out. 2013, The Dome came out.
Wow, so they did steal it from The Simpsons.
J.J. Abrams stole from the fucking Simpsons.
J.J. Abrams. Well, I mean, J.J. Abrams has never had a good idea in his fucking life. He made Lost. Are you kidding me? Lost is just a bunch of bad ideas in a package, like a charcuterie board.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Lost is a charcuterie board of bad ideas. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. This one is some of my favorite tweets of all time. It's up there. It's like number 8.
Oh shit.
Wow. And people were saying he was a warmongerer. I bet they're swallowing their words with a cold, hard glass of milk. And then the emoji of a glass of milk right now.
Wait, okay, hold on.
Say that again.
Say it again. Okay. Hold on, say it again, because you're giving me a fucking aneurysm.
Okay. Wow. And people were saying he was a quote unquote warmongerer. I bet they're swallowing their words with a cold, hard glass of milk. Glass of milk emoji right now. I just don't know. I just don't know. Don't know.
Is it Bush is the warmonger? Is Biden the warmonger?
And
is Trump the warmonger?
Yeah, Biden.
Biden's the warmonger. I mean,
he is.
He is. Just because you pull out of a war that you voted for doesn't mean you're not a warmonger.
It's not like,
he was vice president during an entire fucking 2 terms.
When you're playing Civ 5 and you decide to attack a country for no reason, you get the title warmonger.
And you get a penalty applied to you with literally every other civilization.
Even if you pull out of the war, you still have the title warmonger because you made the decision to go into the war.
Exactly.
Now, Joseph Biden did not personally make the decision to go into the war.
But...
However, like my friend Alfredo
is gonna say,
Italian flag emoji #BLM says, he bombed Iran like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, obviously, I keep forgetting about it. Didn't he bomb like Syria too earlier this year?
Yeah, like in January or February.
February, like early on into the beginning of his presidency. Very early into his presidency.
Like he was like, it's like as soon as he got there, it's like gotta bomb Syria.
Gotta bomb
Syria right the fuck now. He is.
I remember the inauguration where it was just all the ballistic missiles coming out, and it was like, time to party, boys. And
I like to imagine all of the ghosts of the people that died from when Joseph Biden bombed Syria are looking at this woman, which I assume is a woman because her profile picture is of Cinderella.
Hell yeah, dude.
The cartoon Cinderella. They're just looking at her and being like, you don't fucking know what you're talking about. Jesus Christ. Oh, man.
Christ. Okay.
Oh, this guy.
Oh, no.
Heavy metal June Cleaver. And it will be a year or less before the Taliban is back in power. And we're back to square one.
What are you talking about? What are you talking... Dude, I have not heard the words Taliban in like a few years. I haven't even heard ISIS in a few years.
Yeah, because, well, the Taliban, didn't they disband?
I think, because the Taliban disbanded.
And then there was ISIS.
There was ISIS because it was a fraction of one of the, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think there is a new, quote unquote, I think there's something now, but it's definitely not like...
I mean, the facts are the Taliban was always like an underground organization that was just like a bunch of people that kind of got together and were fucking stupid and would put bombs in dirt and that they thought U.S. fucking... There's like a documentary where a guy follows a bunch of Taliban soldiers. Like, he somehow got the okay to go in with a camera with a bunch of... And I had to watch it for school because I had a really cool history teacher. And fucking... He follows them and they fuck up the plan so bad, like they self-detonate the mine.
Really?
Because they're fucking stupid.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they're not well organized. None of these terrorist organizations are quote-unquote well organized. The problem with 9/11 was that we just didn't have like
a proper security system in place. Which, that being said, the TSA is not the proper...
TSA doesn't do shit.
But the fact that we actually lock the doors on airplanes now...
Yeah, now we're like, hey, don't bring any fucking crazy shit on the plane. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we have the technology now to like scan your shit.
Exactly. Like the only I remember there's an Adam Ruins Everything about this where it's like, it's literally locking the doors, having like 1 or 2 air marshals technically to monitor.
Yeah.
And
that's all you need.
That's literally all you need. Everything else is borderline security theater. If not just.
It pretty much is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, these people are dumb. These people are dumb, misguided people who have been manipulated into committing acts of terror for fucking profit. Whatever profit they think they're going to, whatever.
Yeah.
So somebody responded, concede 2020. Responded, guess we could just settle there. Did you know there's never been a war between 2 countries that both have McDonald's?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
There's never been a war between 2 countries.
2 countries that do not have McDonald's. And then somebody goes,
I guess.
Arenol 16. So either this kid is 16 or he was born in 2016, which means he's 5.
Yeah,
or he's born in
5-year-olds.
1916, which means he's 105. Absolutely not true. There was a McDonald's in Belgrade, Serbia when we bombed them and went to war in 1999. They have had a McDonald's since 1988. Stop lazily recycling what your political science professor told you. So some guy just was like,
I'm gonna take that
prove this McDonald's thing
to heart. If anyone fucking trashes on my McDonald's, I will fucking kill them. And I will destroy them with facts and logic. Imagine being the Ben Shapiro of McDonald's facts.
This is so funny. Somebody named Ahmed said, unnecessarily rude. Skull emoji.
Hell yeah.
And then Concede 2020 comes back with a lot of hyperventilating responses for a tongue-in-cheek tweet. But he says it, a lot of hyperventilating responses for a to tongue-in-check tweet. These guys are humorless. Emoji. I don't know what.
I don't know what I did.
I don't know. Emoji.
Tongue-in-check.
And then Arenal comes back with 2 tweets.
Oh, shit.
He writes a paragraph and he goes, the McDonald's comment was a joke. It was neither funny nor a fact as you initially stated it was. It wasn't tongue-in-cheek. You thought you were inserting a fact when you are clueless. It's okay. Walk on, mate. We all have bad days.
Wow.
Honestly,
Jesus.
don't think anything I said was idiotic. Also, using big words does not make you stupid. I use whatever words come to mind.
What the fuck? Can I remind everybody that this was not what the original tweet was about?
The original tweet was about
Biden saying that they were gonna pull out troops,
and then the Taliban will be back in a year. Nobody even debunks that obvious statement. That obviously not the
That's
Taliban.
not important. What's important is the fucking McDonald's. You know what? I love
somebody
that both of these so far have helped out corporations from
I know.
fucking the man. I'm conflicted, guys. I'm conflicted about this. And then fucking what about the McDonald's, man?
What about the fucking McDonald's, man?
This is the McDonald's. What about the McDonald's in the room?
I like to imagine the McDonald's like PR person, Ronald McDonald himself, is like reading these tweets about Afghanistan and like gets to this point or has searched the word McDonald's
and McDonald's is
and is
up.
reading all of these and is like and starts sweating and then sees that it like just devolved into nothingness after that and was like phew. And then Concede 2020 said, I'm regretting this tweet altogether. Sheesh.
Yikes.
Emoji. Sheesh emoji.
Sheesh emoji. Good. Regret every decision you make on Twitter.
Yeah.
Regret every decision you make on Twitter 2020.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the last one I'm going to do about this because it's really boring.
Okay.
A ragtag group of people with no formal war training beat 50 nations of strongest armies in the world. I mean, there is a reason why Afghanistan is known as Graveyard of Empires. I just wish we hadn't spent trillions on this war that we so decisively lost.
So they're saying that Afghanistan, with their low funding, has destroyed or what?
It's just another person that thinks "quote unquote" war has to come out people go into war with the purpose of coming out a winner or a loser.
Oh,
you know, like that
reality,
sort of mentality.
Really,
no, it's sometimes
there's no
your
winner
economy's
or
so
loser.
fucked that you go into war because it's profitable for you.
Yeah,
and your buddies. You know, fucking. And also, like, I don't know. So he's just saying, like, I just wish we didn't spend all this money on this war.
And that's fair.
That's fine.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
You had us in the first half, but, like, the second half, it's okay. Yeah. Whatever. And then Ezra, who, this man looks like he's literally 16.
Oh, shit.
Goes, lost? We are just pulling out because it's not the United States problem, and it never was.
Then if we're doing the win or lose mentality, we lost.
Then that's kind of losing that's my
kind
dog.
It's like saying we're pulling out of the war on drugs and we won, but really we haven't. Like it's really fucking stupid. We spent trillions of dollars and what happened? We have more fucking security at airports.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. And we lost trillions of dollars.
And we lost trillions of dollars, and we gave a lot of money to a bunch of rich assholes who build war machines.
And that's kind of what that conversation devolves into. Somebody saying, bro, we lost. And then somebody's like, oh, it's more about putting a military presence. And then it's called the Graveyard of Empires because so many foreign powers died there or began to decline. Which, yeah. Because it's an expensive war with
that really it's
a bunch of erratically behaving people that, I mean, are very good at hiding.
Yeah.
It's not a regular type of war.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, if we haven't, the idea that like nothing will like, we lost so much, and that we probably would have kept losing more and more.
Yeah.
Had someone had decided not to just pull the trigger and end it.
Yeah.
This could have gone on indefinitely for no foreseeable reason.
And the way that Biden is looking at the economy right now, and that's sort of like his next thing to improve, is, you know, the fucking rotting economy of America.
Yeah, because we're focusing too much on fucking the military. And I'm assuming if the second that we get out of that war, like maybe even $100 billion will come out of the fucking budget.
Yeah.
And be available to maybe help people. And even then, that's not going to happen because
I wonder if
there's
actually
a bunch of fucking assholes. And not only that, there's still plenty of like trying to maintain the military, trying to reinforce it, research new things for the military. The idea of it like completely.
Do you want another number?
What's the number?
$703.7 billion.
That's how much the military is?
Yeah, that's their budget.
I mean, I guess $1 billion off of that's better than nothing, right? But like, come on, that's too much. And how much of it has specifically gone like towards Afghanistan and Iraq?
I'll look that up in a second, but I want to look at the.
Because I know there has to be a number. There has to be a number or an estimate that actually describes how much money was actually funneled directly into that specific branch of militarism in this country.
Okay, so in 2019, it's actually increased since 2019, I suppose, since we've had Trump. Because in 2019, it was $686 billion, and that was 15% of the federal budget. 15%.
15 per fucking cent, dude.
That's a lot.
That is a good
lot,
amount,
man.
actually. Yeah, I'm actually really curious what the rest of that budget was.
It's really interesting to look up the national budget because, and it's such a simple thing to look up.
But you never think to look it up because, like, who fucking cares? That's nerd shit.
It's just like my buddy Craig went to the military and I respect him, so you gotta respect him. I mean, that's kind of an offensive way to portray people who like the military.
Everyone in the military are a bunch of fucking hicks.
No, that's not true.
Sarah just said that right.
There's a lot of reasons somebody would go into the military.
Oh, yeah, no, obviously. I think there's...
Yeah.
And not only that, but, like, the military's recruitment tactics are very predatory, so it's very easy to get just swept in
Absolutely.
on it. So
I know a lot of people...
I won't blame anyone for joining the military. I hate the fucking assholes that run it.
I just think it's more like the people that aren't in the military but know people who are in the military and take that to heart, like military wives or something like that, where they think that they deserve the same treatment as people who are literally in the military.
No.
Like, it's so interesting to me. You know, it's just so dumb.
That's really fucking stupid, actually.
And then they're just like, we can't pull out of Afghanistan. Yeah. And then it's like, well, whatever. It's like, you want $15 minimum wage, federal minimum wage? Who's going to pay for that? Not me. And it's like, no.
You're not going to pay for it.
You shouldn't have to. We're in a stupid war for no reason. I've played enough country simulation games, and I know that war is expensive.
Yeah, I mean, if you play Democracy or whatever, you
Civ, Crusader Kings 3.
I'm playing Stellaris, and war is the most expensive fucking thing right now.
It's so fucking expensive.
Yeah.
In Crusader Kings 3, you can't even go to war unless you have a certain amount of money.
Because it's an expensive...
It costs you money up front.
Because, I mean, war is just an investment in a capitalist society.
Yes.
So
to try to get more people,
risk,
more capital,
reward,
more workers, more whatever.
More land.
Yeah, and it's really dumb. Yeah. Anyway.
So
fuck that. We're getting out of fucking Afghanistan. So thank God.
Afghanistan, hopefully.
It's not going to fix everything, but it's going to do some good things.
Josh, play this footage where we say we're getting out of Afghanistan in August, and then we cut to August, and we're like, Biden actually didn't do it, guys. And then... more war.
I'm gonna put that in my calendar. August 31st.
Do it, man.
And like, I'm gonna follow up with you, and you make this a clip, and you put it off to the side, and then I'll remind you on August 31st to find it, to put that in the.
What is today? It's July 6th. Oh, a month.
That's not bad.
He's not gonna do it.
In a month?
In a month?
That's really quick.
Do it, pussy.
Do it, pussy. Okay.
The worst takes called Joe Biden a pussy. MSNBC.com.
Oh, okay.
Journalism.
And did you know that Tomi Lahren says that flight attendants enforcing the mask mandate are the Nazis of the sky?
What?
Yeah.
Holy fuck. That is a weird coincidence. I'm not gonna explain why, but
The Holocaust,
shit.
Tomi Lahren, Nazis, and Marjorie Taylor Greene were
That's gonna be the
all
next
trending
hour.
on Twitter this week.
So Tomi Lahren literally called flight attendants brown-coats? Is that what she said?
No.
Or just Nazis?
Just the Nazis of the sky.
Just Nazis. Okay.
Nazis of the sky.
Sky Nazis.
Sky Nazis. It sounds like the next BioShock.
Might as well be. Fuck it. Take
game.
it. BioShock. Take that right now.
Sky Nazis, dude. Fuck yeah. And it's like, you got some 20s
All
music
right.
in the background. And then you're like fighting Nazis on the plane.
That'd be cool as fuck, actually.
Wouldn't that be kind of dope?
Okay, so I need.
This is the good take.
This is the
Bill
good take.
Avera, 4 wave emojis. Says, Tomi Lahren says that flight attendants enforcing the mask mandate are the Nazis of the sky. I don't know about you, but on flights I take, the flight attendants have never shoved me into a concentration camp and then shoved me into an oven to be baked alive or a gas chamber.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's true. That's true.
I haven't been on one in a while because of COVID, but
Last flight I remember.
last flight I ever took didn't do that.
I remember
to
they
me.
gave me drinks.
Yeah, they gave me food actually.
They
free
fed
peanuts
me and
free headphones
and they gave me a little cup of ice with a Coke can, and they don't pour it in for you. I guess that is kind of
that is kind of
Nazi-like.
Nazi-ish,
That's
actually.
Nazi-like
Yeah,
behavior.
fuck you, flight attendants.
Tomi Lahren writing a think piece because she went on a first class flight and
She
they didn't pour in the fucking Coke into the ice.
Oh, God bless.
Nazis. Literally 1984.
Kendra Patrick, RN, BSN, says flight attendants are just trying to do their jobs. Leave them alone.
Exactly. Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah. Fucking okay. Let me try to find these because it's
I
only
want the
showing
bad
me.
takes. I want to see someone say that, like, no, yeah, actually they are Nazis. They are 100% Nazis.
Okay. And then Bruce McGuire says, "Are you being ironic? The just doing the job excuse?" Laughing emoji.
Well, I mean, the job isn't killing people.
It's putting a mask on.
It's putting a mask on. I think those are very different jobs. I wouldn't try to compare working at a churro stand to going to war for the sole purpose of flamethrowering a bunch of children.
I wouldn't
I want to compare
compare
those.
typing in fucking license plates all day into a computer to the Cold War. I don't think I would do that. I don't think I would compare those two.
I wouldn't compare working in a restaurant to sex trafficking in the anywhere, I guess. Really doesn't matter. Specifically with children.
I wouldn't compare working with vacation homes to being in the trenches in World War II.
I wouldn't compare podcasting to dismembering and disemboweling the enemy and beheading them.
Fuck, I wouldn't compare being a customer service person with the rape of Nanping. Okay,
I
all
wouldn't
right.
compare job whatever to Mongolia.
The Mongol invasions, dude. Oh my god, just so fucking. I wouldn't compare a fucking job or whatever
to some horror
to the
that
fall
happened.
of the Roman Empire.
I wouldn't compare this whatever bullshit wage slave job you have at home
Oh, shit.
to a meteor killing all the dinosaurs.
The funniest thing is, I'm so dramatic, I probably would do all these things. I probably would say these things.
And for the point, this is 17.
Josh, how many times have I called you up and said, "Oh my God, Josh, my job is so bad. It's exactly like."
It's like gassing a bunch of
Jews, man. It's so much like that. And then you're like, "Dear God, Sarah, fucking stop saying that." Yes, please.
Yes, please. I get it.
I totally get it. That's exactly what my job. I was just gonna say that my job is like
my job is like fucking the storming of D-Day.
I was gonna say the fucking. My job is exactly like Hammurabi's code.
My job is like a bowl of soup. Just such a non-sequitur. I don't know what the point of this. This is a This is a 5-minute joke.
He just fucking went off on that.
Because fuck you, asshole.
Why would you fucking talk?
Why would you say that?
Why would you say flight attendants are Nazis? That's such a
fucking
weird thing to say.
You
and
dumbass.
then you're gonna turn around and say the left calls everything a Nazi. It's like you just called a flight attendant
a Nazi.
a flight attendant.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of trust the left just a smidge more to call who's Nazis.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot. What the fuck, man?
I hope Fox News has a new game show. It's called Who Is or Isn't a Nazi? And the answer is all yes.
Yeah,
SNL, that's a free one. You can
that's a
take
free
that.
one.
Put fucking, what's
Put
his
Beck
face?
Bennett on it. And
Beck Bennett
and,
is a contestant. He's not the main guy because the main guy has to be
what's his name?
What's his name?
Glasses. What's his name? Glasses.
No, not Kyle Mooney.
Not Kyle Mooney?
The guy that does all the game show hosts. He was in Good Burger.
Oh, Kenan Thompson?
Yeah, it's got to be Kenan Thompson because
yeah.
that's what they all are. They do the Family Feud.
Yeah,
versions.
they do. Yeah.
This is a fucking politics podcast. Hold on. Okay.
Could have fooled me.
So the fucking nurse that this guy is arguing with responds.
Sorry, I was just making fun of our commenters. Sorry.
Stop dissing our audience.
I love you.
I love you guys. You're good. Okay, so the fucking nurse says, "No, not at all. I'm a nurse. There are some hospital regulations I don't personally agree with, but I do them because that's the job. I don't expect flight attendants to ignore a directive from the airline and the federal government just because I don't agree with it."
Yeah.
Sounds like a reasonable take from a smart
reasonable
woman.
take. Again, because they are not killing people, that is a reasonable take.
And Bruce McGuire is this man's name.
Bruce
I really want to
McGuire.
know what his profile picture is. I really like this. His profile picture is a CGI photo of a brain with electricity coming out of it, and then in all
it
caps,
says big brain takes or some shit.
mind shock. And then his cover photo is of a brain with lightning over it.
Do one. Don't do both.
Yeah,
Are
there's
you
two brains in your fucking...
Calm down, man. Jesus.
Oh, he has a podcast called
is it
Mind
called
Shock.
Mind Shock?
So that is your free advertisement. Now we can
You
shit
did it.
on you, you fucking
Mind Shock.
dipshit.
I'll come back to you in 2 weeks and talk about how shitty your fucking podcast is.
Yeah, his bio is Shock Your Mind, a most in-depth exploration into greatest mysteries, true crime, and paranormal, supernatural, and occult topics. I'm totally going to listen to that later. Holy fuck, what a description
You get
for a
3
podcast.
episodes in, it's all just a bunch of QAnon bullshit.
But yeah, that's
No, that has to
totally
be
what
what
it
it
is. It's like the Black
Well,
Dahlia
wait, hold
was
on. Let's-
actually
wait,
Q.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Before I make that joke, what was the take? What's the take that they originally made
Little
before
known
we?
fact of the reason the Black Dahlia was fucking chopped up was she had all the adrenochrome in it. She had all the adrenochrome.
That's where adrenochrome came from.
The Black Dahlia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, what's the take before
know who
we
killed her?
just immediately call him a QAnon?
Josh, you know who killed the Black Dahlia? Drank
Who?
all the adrenochrome?
Who?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Bill
did
Gates did it, yeah.
Dude, fuck!
Did you
I thought it
know?
was Jeffrey
I learned
Epstein.
that on Mind Shock Pod. Okay. Bruce McGuire says, well, what does quote unquote expect have to do with what is or isn't a human rights violation? I think most people would expect Nazis to follow directives from their superiors / government. But that doesn't make it not a human rights violation, doesn't. And then he includes a photo of a bunch of text that's mandatory masks are a direct violation of the Nuremberg Code.
What?
Forced, coerced, and mandated masks are in violation of these principles, which I'm going to forward this to Bad Legal Takes on Twitter, like in a moment. But Article 6, Section 1, any preventative, diagnostic, or therapeutic medical intervention is only to be carried out with the prior, free, and informed consent of the person concerned based on adequate information. The consent should, where appropriate, be express and may be withdrawn at any time and for any reason without disadvantage or prejudice.
All right, first of all, no, obviously.
This is a private plane company.
No, this is a private
This is
plane
not
company.
a nation.
This is, first of all, the idea that like masks were never... We don't have enough information on masks to be like, we actually don't know, guys.
I don't think that's what this guy's saying. I think he's saying that the nation is forcing masks onto people without their consent, which is actually expressly not true, actually.
Yeah, if you wanted to argue that someone was, quote, forcing masks on you, it would be the corporations themselves, which even then, most of them...
That's what this argument is that Tomi Lahren is saying the flight attendants... Which, honestly, is
the only
illuminating actually a further flaw in all of this discourse. Because we should not be talking about the flight attendants. They should be talking about the corporations themselves. But because the right is pro-corporation, they don't ever want to trample onto any anti-capitalist bullshit.
Yeah.
So they're blaming it on workers following directions.
But also they shouldn't be blaming it on necessarily because I think it is technically a federal mandate on transportation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like public transportation, planes, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then
don't
because
travel.
they don't want to... Yeah,
it's not needed.
Travel.
It's not needed to travel. Honestly, on a plane, get in a car.
If you're such a bitch about it,
get in a fucking car. Get in a car.
Don't blame the flight attendants.
Yeah,
if you're gonna call, what the fuck are you talking about?
Go get a fucking car, Tomi Lahren. You're fucking rich too. It's not even like you're a poor person. You don't want to wear a mask. It's like then I would maybe be like, I mean, okay, I don't know. I guess I can kind of mental gymnastics my way into sympathizing with you,
but like come on,
man. Article 6 Section 3, in no case should a collective agreement or the consent of a community leader or any other authority substitute for an individual's informed consent.
The point I was trying to make earlier, because you just said informed consent.
Yeah.
You literally, there's been so much information on masks and how they're safe and how they're effective at treating COVID.
Yeah.
And like the idea that like actually there's never been a single piece of information ever about whether or not masks are good or bad. We literally before in the early days of the pandemic, we didn't know if masks actually work, and that's why it wasn't enforced on people. And then we found out that masks worked pretty much 85% of the time, which is great. And then that wasn't even forced on people.
Yeah.
People still had the option. It was encouraged because you can encourage people to do something.
Yeah.
Not once has it been completely fucking forced. It's just
it's never been forced.
Yeah. And Trump didn't give a fuck.
On a plane by a corporation.
Because the corporation understands that the only way that if people are going to come is if they think they're safe. And a safe thing to do would be to wear masks.
Well, yeah.
And then the main places that have actually had mask mandates are pretty much local governments and states. The federal government didn't do shit.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
So
because it was a fucking Trump administration.
Follow the law and stop worrying about.
Fuck, yeah.
I don't know. Why is it that why do you wear
seatbelts? You know?
Well, yeah, there's the seatbelt argument. But I mean, why is it that some people hear ooh, masks, I don't want to wear that. They're so chomping at the bit, and I would ask what kind of person, but we know is a true crime, occult, paranormal podcaster, jumps at the bit to use the Nuremberg trials as a way to
stoke fear in the people.
And I just tweeted out at Bad Legal Takes because that is so funny. I hope more people see this because this is really funny. It's
really dumb.
Holy shit!
Fucking hell.
Well, that's pretty much all my shit, honestly. That's the wildest thing. I would rather go out on that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I did have another thing, but it was really short.
Oh, what's the other thing?
It's fucking this magazine called The Counter, which I think is about food.
Sounds. I mean, it makes sense. Counter, kitchen counter.
They said that fucking. They did this like big think piece on like, why don't people want to return to the restaurant industry? Nobody knows. And then they were like,
wait.
Yeah, that's their premise, which I thought was really stupid. But then they do a good thing. They interview the Fight for 15 people and a lot of people in the South who don't want to go back to work. I think they tried to do that to try to find anti-15 minimum wage people.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Anyone that's worked in the restaurant industry is pretty much pro $15 an hour.
And then
I think
every single person they interviewed was pro $15 an hour.
Well, obviously, because it benefits them. Like, no shit.
And then they interviewed the fucking organizations that are advocating for $15 an hour.
Oh, no, I think it's the corporations like, no, we don't want 15 an hour.
No, the
actual
organizations. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. You did say organizations. I thought for some reason it jumped like
it sounds similar.
Let's get see what
McDonald's has to say about it. About this
what did they think about this?
Okay, and this person, Fab Food Girl.
I hate her already. What?
Do you want to extra hate her because her profile picture is a peach emoji?
I don't know who needs to kill themselves in this scenario. I don't think it's
gonna be me,
and I don't think it should be Sarah. That leaves one person in the three people that we're talking about
Timberlake
right now.
Said it's gonna be me. Okay. People deserve a living wage, but fast food customers would like the service to improve. It's a 50-50 shot at a fast food restaurant.
Shut up. Are you fucking kidding? No.
Whether your food will be made correctly and by intelligible, competent workers. For fuck's sake, it's a big problem.
No, it isn't. It's not. Fucking fast food. You get what you fucking pay for. What the fuck are you talking? This isn't Olive Garden. It's not even fucking Olive Garden. The most fake Italian goddamn restaurant in the world.
Olive Garden might as well be fast
I love
food.
Olive Garden. Listen.
Olive Garden's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with Olive Garden.
It's a specific type of food. It's not Italian food, but
it's not Italian
specific.
Food. It's close enough. Whatever. Fuck it. You know, sometimes you're in a pinch and you just want to fucking have some Alfredo.
I remember there was a time in Atlanta where there was a lot of really gross pasta places popping up and down all down the street. It was just like fucking oodles and noodles, and it was just like you would go there and it would just be this weird tall building, and you go up and there's like no second floor. It's just the first floor, but since it's a tall building, it's like a small square footage.
Oh, okay.
But there's no elevator, so you don't know what's going on up there. Maybe that's where they keep all the noodles or whatever. And then you're just like, can I order some like Alfredo? And then they're like, yeah, okay. And then they give you the driest, most flavorless Alfredo you've ever eaten in your life.
Gross.
And fucking, I've had a fucking, I've been angry at this place for fucking 15 years. I went there when I was like 7 years old.
Wow. Now you're getting your comeuppance.
And I think they're out of business. But honestly, if you were the CEO of like Oodles and Noodles or whatever the fuck that place was called, and you know what I'm fucking talking about, I had the fucking cow statue outside. You fucking bitch. There was a point in time in Atlanta where there was a bunch of cow statues everywhere.
Why?
I don't know. It was something
what do you guys in Atlanta do with cows?
And they were all like decorated weird. I don't know. There was a cow statue outside of the Oodles and Noodles place. If you were the CEO, I want you to go fuck yourself right now because you did bad with your noodles. You did really bad.
As I was saying,
okay,
it's fast food. The whole point of it is that it's fast, cheap, and convenient.
Yeah.
You're going to lose quality because it's fast and cheap.
And also, like, they're not being
paid well.
And they're being overworked.
And they're being overworked.
And they're being put at risk.
If you literally paid them more,
yeah,
more people would work there and you'd have less mistakes, too.
Right. And
it's really dumb.
Yeah. And that's pretty much what this person said. And they said that they have 15 years in food service, including management. Fab Food Girl responds and says, the issue goes deeper than stress. There are obvious problems of education level, social skills, and lack of personal responsibility and pride in work well done. These things combined with lack of proper training and good management on the line make for a wrong order.
Of course, you're a fucking classist, probably racist bitch. I already know. Educationless, social classless, fucking.
Yeah, just like
say you hate poor people.
You just say you hate poor people at this point.
And come on, man. Jesus.
Like, good lord, man.
You can't even hide it.
You can't even hide your classism, man. Fucking just
I've worked
chill
with like
out.
smart fucking people when I worked at like the theme parks, man. They were all highly intelligent people. We were all stressed the fuck out because it was a goddamn fast food place. It sucked, but those people were smart.
I've never worked in food. I've always worked in customer service, but this is mostly on the point where she says unintelligible.
The fuck are you talking about? You
she
have
means
to be
like people that have thick accents, you know?
Oh yeah, no shit. That's what she.
I know.
Yeah,
fucking audience doesn't know. Maybe Jesus.
I was gonna say she just hates poor fucking people from out of the country.
Josh does this thing when I point out the obvious that he gets really aggressive when he's angry and he's like, "No fucking shit."
No shit.
It's very funny every time it happens.
Fucking, it's
I know, honey. I'm explaining for the people at home.
It's 2021. Can we all just fucking stop pretending that that any of this matters?
Every person I've worked with who has come from a different country and is over a certain age, even under a certain age, they're all usually very intelligent and wonderful and talented. Like, I worked with a guy who had his master's degree in biology.
Oh, shit.
Except it was in Colombia.
Oh.
Because that's where he was from. And then he had to move to America.
And then didn't, because...
It doesn't pass. So he was going back to community college and working at a customer service job. And people were complaining to the white customer service people about his accent. And I want to be like, he's a genius. He's a fucking genius. Go fuck yourself. He knows
so much more than any of us here, obviously.
God. Like, holy shit. I will never understand, like... This is kind of a personal story. One time my mom, like, was at a bank. We were at a bank, and there was, like, a fucking a sign that was all in Spanish. And there wasn't a translation into English. And she freaked out so much that she couldn't understand what it was saying that she like complained to the manager of the bank.
Why? Fucking why?
She was like, well, I should know. And I think that's the fucking craziest thing.
That's crazy.
It's such a little memory in my life that now I'm just like, that's wild.
If we're being honest,
that you would get that upset about that.
If that was the only thing that was like in Spanish, that's probably something that's like, oh, we have people here that speak Spanish if you need help.
Yeah.
That's probably what that was.
Yeah. I will say it was like a long paragraph, but also like, I don't really care. I don't care.
Who cares?
I don't give a shit.
They're not even calling if it's you like a fucking honky. Like, calm down.
Even if it's like fucking kill all white people. All white people need to die at this Chase Bank. At this Chase Bank, all fucking white people need to die. And we're calling all the Spanish people to come and just stab all the white people to death. I'm not going to care until I see a Spanish person with a knife coming for my blood. Yeah. And at that point, I'll reevaluate my life and determine if it's worth it to run. And that's all my stuff.
Bravo on the ending.
Hey, gabagoo.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Let's round it off with the story. The story of Marjorie Taylor Greene.
It's Taylor, right?
Taylor? I don't fucking know, man.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's probably what it is. So I
MTG Pro.
MTG. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. That's perfect what it is. So, I want to talk. I want to bring us through a journey of the past apparently 3 days. There's a lot of shit going on.
I have a beer for this one.
You have a beer for this one. Oh, let me get my my bubbly water.
Your Walmart brand AHA.
Is AHA actually a Walmart brand?
I have no clue. It's just the only generic brand I've ever found.
I think this one's actually like Pepsi or some shit.
Oh really? Oh yeah, we did look at it last time. It was Pepsi.
Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of company. Oh wait, hold on.
It was Coke.
It just says ball on it. Like unironically, it says ball. One singular ball.
It's ball juice, dude.
It's ball juice.
Somebody squeezed out their ball and that juice came out. And they carbonated it. Oh, ew, you're drinking ball juice. Ew, Josh drinks ball juice.
So,
this is such a silly podcast.
This is such a dumb podcast.
This is such a sissy podcast. Call back.
Getting too comfortable,
All right.
though.
All right, let me
There's gonna get fucking
let me get
canceled
comfy.
by a bunch of straight white men.
Bro, if this is the episode that gets me canceled, I'm gonna be like, remember that episode of whatever the fuck I did where I mimed whipping somebody?
I think I cut that out, didn't I?
Did you? Oops.
Did I cut that out? I
No,
don't
you
remember.
didn't actually. I think I watched that one.
Fuck.
It's up there. I'm waiting for it.
All right, okay.
I need to be canceled, honestly.
Okay, let's give it a second of break and then.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
you are right. It is Marjorie Taylor Greene. Fuck.
Marjorie.
Marjorie. God, what the fucking dumb name.
Margarine.
Yeah, it sounds like fucking butter, you nerd.
Yeah.
This is the person that we're all looking up to in QAnon? God.
This is the queen of
This
QAnon?
is the queen of QAnon. You guys are fucking lost if you guys are looking up to this bitch. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Marjorie.
Fucking God. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm not gonna ever learn her fucking name by the end of this. I really don't care enough to learn it. MTG is what we're gonna call her because I'm fucking stupid. So MTG, we all love her here. She's a very promising young woman in Congress right now. She's trying her best.
She is.
She's writing bills, can't even spell half the words in them. It's beautiful.
Blaming all the...
She went to AOC's door before she fucking started working in Congress and like harassed her through a door.
Yeah. Then she called AOC's trauma not real.
And then
she blamed all the fires in California on Jews.
On Jewish space lasers.
Jewish space lasers.
And she believes all this, by the way. I there's no doubt in my mind that she's not just like memeing or she's...
Remember that video of her working out?
No, I actually don't know.
And it was really bad.
I don't remember this.
There was like a video of her like...
Because she was like holding it like weirdly or some shit.
Yeah,
like
she
it was like
just
weird.
Not doing it well. And then... she like stopped and she was like, yeah, not in Trump's America. She said something weird. And everybody was
not
like,
in this country.
Don't take my guns or like something strange like that. And then people were like, that's not even how you work out. This is so weird.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So MTG a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
She was in the headlines because she's always in the headlines.
She's always in the headlines.
She's always in the fucking headlines. She was in the headlines because she finally went to the Holocaust Museum and finally learned about how bad Nazis were and how bad the Holocaust was.
Finally?
Finally.
She
had a whole press conference.
I was gonna joke that she like took a big shit in the middle of the Holocaust Museum or something.
I mean, let's be honest here. That I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case.
So she like just now learned that Jews are oppressed, and you probably
unironically, yes.
You probably shouldn't blame fires on their space
unironically,
lasers.
yes.
Let Jews have space lasers is what Sarah is campaigning on in 2024.
So she went to this whole thing. So here, okay, I'm gonna read from CNN.
Okay.
All right, MTG, because I'm not gonna say her fucking name still. Apologizes for offensive Holocaust comparison after visiting Holocaust Museum. Rep MTG on Monday apologized for her, quote, offensive comments comparing Capitol Hill mask-wearing rules to the Holocaust after visiting the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum in Washington. There are words that I have said, remarks that I've made that I know are offensive, and for that, I'd like to apologize, the Georgia Republican said Monday, adding that she had taken a lesson from her father, who died in April, about owning up to her mistakes.
Whoa, what?
Yes.
So her dad died and told her, stop fucking around, Marjorie. Marjorie, what the fuck are you doing, Marjorie? I didn't raise you this way. Oops, I'm dead. And then Marjorie was like, better go visit the Holocaust Museum
I guess,
and learn about myself.
Yeah.
God, I mean, respects out to this. As terrible a woman as she is, it really sucks to lose a parent. And fucking, I can understand somebody having a change of heart after that, but she said so much crazy shit, man.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Don't worry.
This is so funny.
I'm going to...
It's terrible, but it's funny.
All right, so here we go. Okay, this is more of the quote. More from her press conference where she said she saw the Holocaust Museum, therefore Holocaust real. Basically. Okay. We can look back at a time in history where people were told to wear a gold star and they were definitely treated like second-class citizens, so much so that they were put in trains and taken to gas chambers in Nazi Germany. And this is exactly the type of abuse. Oh, Greene had said during a May interview on a conservative podcast, quote, and this is exactly the type of abuse that Nancy Pelosi is talking about. Following criticism from Republican colleagues, Greene had initially issued a characteristically defiant and extended Twitter thread in which she repeated her attacks on Democrats and the media. So originally, she compared the mask-wearing things to the Holocaust, and then went to the Holocaust Museum
After her dad died.
And then just was like, oh, I'm sorry. Whoops.
Oops.
Oopsies.
Holy shit.
I didn't realize the Holocaust was that bad.
What the fuck?
That's what it comes across as. Yeah, because like it's really just
the
shitty.
sad thing is I kind of believe it, you know?
Yeah.
I really kind of do believe that she did believe in what she was saying before, and that it was okay to compare the Holocaust with, you know, anything that you didn't like, you know.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden really learned the accurate facts about the Holocaust, because the Holocaust Museum is always terribly like overwhelming. I remember going to it as a kid and just being like, because it's the one that I went to had like walls and walls and walls of just like fucking terrible gory pictures of, you know, viscera and just atrocities, and fucking you come out of it at the end, it's like a maze, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I
that
think
was a lot.
I kind of do remember going to some sort of Holocaust museum as a kid, and it is a lot. It's very odd.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's actually shocking that that's not like a core tenet of like American.
You need to do that.
You need to know about that.
You need to know about that if you're anybody. If you've grown up in any country, you need to know about it, because it's something that you just, it's that fucking big. You can't talk about it. You can't play it down like it's anything. Yeah. You know, whatever. You can't.
Exactly. It's just as shitty. It's shitty that people will play it down and people will make these dumb comparisons.
Yeah.
When all this knowledge is out there about how bad the Holocaust was.
It's terrible that it's a political talking point
because
now.
It shouldn't be.
It really shouldn't be.
It really shouldn't be. But now we have a fascist fucking movement growing. Yeah. To the point where it's
very easy to compare, you know, certain people to Adolf Hitler, and it's very easy to take the political things that you don't like and twist around the legal takes to make it so that you don't have to follow them, because you just don't want to do that, and you feel like America's freedom and you want to do like exactly whatever the fuck you want to do, and you know, you're trying to get out of things both ways, or childish ways to get out of arguing and proving your point in an adult way. Yeah. It's an easy way out of getting, you know, out of arguing correctly.
For sure.
So it's interesting when, like, back in the SJW days, you know, the anti-SJW days, quote unquote, fucking everybody was like, liberals are always bringing up Nazis. And now I see it all the time as these fucking blonde fox bitches.
Yeah, are comparing just everything to Nazis.
Because they don't want to wear masks, or they want to pander and grift to an audience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I say blonde fox bitches because of Tomi Lahren and MTG. Yeah. However, it's very interesting that I can understand her change of heart and see that I can totally believe that happened, that she just didn't understand the Holocaust for decades of her life. Unless...
I want you to put a pin in that.
I will put a pin in that.
Put a pin in that. Put a pin...
Maybe she's not taking her...
Put a pin in that.
Maybe she's
Sarah,
not...
Should I put a pin in that?
Taking her dead father's advice to heart?
Sarah, put a pin in that, because we need to take a sidebar real quick. We need some more context now. Okay. Because that's old news. That was like weeks ago. That's not the take that we're going to talk about here, everybody.
Good Lord.
That's context. You want some more context?
Yeah, I do.
New York Times. Biden calls for door-to-door vaccine push. Experts say more is needed. Okay. So, basically, faced with Faced with a steep decline in vaccination rates, President Biden said on Tuesday that his administration would send people door to door, set up clinics at workplaces, and urge employers to offer paid time off as part of a renewed push to reach tens of millions of unvaccinated Americans.
Okay.
So Biden's now trying to push people out into to get more people vaccinated because numbers are going down horribly. Get vaccinated.
Get vaccinated.
If you haven't already. I know I assume most people that would watch this have probably gotten vaccinated.
I think we said this last episode, but I don't really fucking care. Get vaccinated.
Get vaccinated always. Just a reminder. Just your daily reminder.
Bro, the
say you're not a Nazi.
got vaccinated.
The Teletubbies got vaccinated, and they're still making fucking weird shows.
Yeah, they're just fucking getting out there. They're talking to kids and like carrying purses. Yeah, they're doing whatever they do.
Yeah,
baby son, son baby.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what the Teletubbies do anymore.
They just like I assume they do some.
They raised me when I was 2, and then I dipped the fuck out. All right, I dressed like them one Halloween, just as Poe.
Did you actually do that?
Yeah. And I was so tired by the end of it. Poe was the red one that has the little thing coming out.
Oh yeah.
I was so tired by the end of it that there's a picture of me in the back of the car, slumping over, and the little thing drooping.
Aw, that's cute.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I like the red one.
Yeah.
He's my favorite. Okay, yeah.
So.
Go ahead.
Biden's pushing for vaccines.
Okay.
The thing that a lot of people are focusing on are on this door-to-door thing. Because people think it's a little weird, it's a little uncomfortable to have government agents come to your house to ask if you've been vaccinated.
Like the census?
Yeah, like the census.
Is that weird?
Apparently. Maybe. Who knows?
Is the census weird?
Everything's weird now. Nothing's the same.
I had a nice talk with a gentleman.
Yeah.
Because I didn't figure out how to do my census online, and it was a nice time.
Exactly. And the way that they're doing it, they're not even like, there's no like actual like vaccine registry, because there's no fucking vaccine passports in this country.
Yeah, there's our little card.
There's our little card, and that's it. That doesn't mean
that's not a passport. That's not a passport.
Yeah. That doesn't like the only place that like I think there's a few places. I know one is technically New York has some sort of vaccine passport system.
Okay.
To try and encourage people to like actually get it. And honestly, I'm behind the idea of using your CDC card or something as a way to prove like, hey, I got vaccinated.
That's fine.
Let me in. Let's party now.
Yeah.
We're all cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that to an extent, I think. As long as you're not like completely like fucking you know? But that's not what anyone's gonna fucking do.
No, obviously.
Yeah. So there's no registry. There's nothing. They're just gonna go to underserved areas, go door to door, try to figure out who has and hasn't been vaccinated, and push them in a direction to get vaccinated.
Try to help them get vaccinated.
With that. Yeah. So why would I bring both of those stories up, Sarah? How about in this Daily Caller article defending MTG, where MTG compares Biden's door-to-door vaccine push to Nazi stormtroopers?
Good Lord. Wow. Is that after she went to the Holocaust Museum?
That was, I'm sorry, that was yesterday.
So...
That was July 7th, 2021. She went to the Nazi, the Holocaust Museum. She talked about Nazis like in January or some shit. April
apologized for that.
Yeah.
And then yesterday brought up Nazis again because she's been thinking of the Nazi Holocaust Museum ever since she went. This is a part of me where I have a little angel on my shoulder and I have a little devil on my shoulder, and the angel is telling me, she's changed, Sarah. Why would you judge her? Her dad died and now she's rethinking her, blah, blah, blah. You can sympathize with that. And then fucking the devil is like, she went to the Holocaust Museum to learn more facts so that she can bring it up later. She didn't know enough facts about the Holocaust, and now she went to the museum so she can learn about it, so she can compare it to vaccines and masks.
Do you think she knew about stormtroopers before?
No.
Went to the Holocaust Museum, apologized,
and was like, wait a minute. This is exactly like that part of the museum. Wait, really? Yo, and I really hope that Biden plays up this thing where he's just like, so we're going to introduce mass vaccination sites and what I like to call the vaccination chambers. So what I'm doing is
hold on, wait.
I've started this initiative, this transportation initiative, to get unvaccinated people to vaccination sites via horse-drawn carriages.
Comes with a free casket.
Yeah, comes with a free casket. Everybody gets to go in.
And then they get vaccinated. I would love that.
Yeah.
If we did that unironically, and then we got everyone vaccinated.
Yeah.
And we have that 15-minute wait period. And then the guy comes in with a little scanner like, all right, how you feeling? I'm good. Yeah, stop being such a fucking pussy. Get out.
Like, we just play it up like it's the Holocaust.
Yeah, and then...
So that all of these Republicans can go there and, like, take their photos of them with their shackles on. Like, we'd give them, like, fake cardboard shackles so that they can pretend to be victims and then, like, walk through, and then they get a fucking 20-minute vaccination. 5 minutes where you have to sit there and make awkward small talk with your nurse, and then 15 minutes where you just fucking sit and play Sudoku.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
And then you get up and you leave, and you can go to work on time, and you're fine.
And you're all fucking good, dude. Oh, is this the actual... Wait, is this actually the fucking... Oh... Okay, so this is the Daily Caller is a conservative website. They're defending MTG here.
Yeah.
Do you want to read the tweet?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just scrolled down to see it.
I do that all the time on the show.
Fuck. Biden pushing a vaccine that is not FDA approved shows COVID is a political tool used to control people. So here's the thing.
Nazis, anyone?
Nazis. First of all, I hate this argument. Because the FDA has emergency approved it.
Right.
Because they know it's pretty much safe. They just don't know all the side effects yet.
Yeah.
Which, if there are any, they're very rare because they had 1,000 fucking people take it. Yeah. And if like one person, whatever. You know?
Whatever.
And so far, vaccines have been working pretty damn well.
Yeah, fuck.
At some point, they are going to get approved, I'm willing to bet. Because they need to.
Like fully approved,
yeah. because technically they're not approved, but they're
emergency
for use.
Approved, yeah.
Yeah.
They're safe.
They're safe, pretty much.
They're pretty much safe.
So, that's the first paragraph in this tweet.
Oh, God.
First sentence, I guess. People have a choice. They don't need your medical brown shirts showing up at their door ordering vaccinations. You can't force people to be part of the human experiment.
Medical Brown Shirts is my new punk band name. Hello, Chicago. We are Medical Brown Shirts, baby.
Why do we give Republicans chances to, quote, apologize when they're not going to do anything to change?
I mean, listen, 5 minutes ago, I was like, everybody should go to the Holocaust Museum and learn about the Holocaust. And now I'm like, maybe Republicans shouldn't be allowed to learn about the Holocaust because they're just going to misuse this information.
Exactly. Yeah.
And no, they should learn about it because knowledge is power.
It is. Yeah. Obviously, the only way to kill ignorance is with knowledge.
And also, the only way to recognize that somebody's fucking evil is if they say that masks are Nazi propaganda.
Masks are Nazi propaganda, and if you go around asking people if they've been vaccinated and
it's
push
brown
them
shirt,
towards their brown shirts.
I really do hope that Joe Biden plays this up.
God,
I really would love it
funny,
so much.
Dude, I would fucking beg, dude.
All right, everybody needs to form 2 lines. And it's just like the military people there with the gun.
2 lines, one for Moderna, one for Pfizer.
One for Pfizer.
And no one gets Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah. Are you vaccinated? No? All right, continue on into the next.
Yeah.
And nobody dies.
What if they had like guns with like the little needles poking out, and it's like an Uzi, and it's like
they're Nerf guns.
Yeah,
they're Nerf guns and shit. Like it's all just like a big fucking
like a big
show.
Joke. It's a big prank.
Yeah, just a really big dark joke that the government's playing on you. There's like fucking theater flats of dead bodies is to the left and right of these lines.
They have like a whole bunch of like trusses with a bunch of stage lighting of like red on the death and orange flames.
They changed the little stickers into like needle, like their gold star of David stuff.
Instead, it's a little needle.
Yeah.
You get needle patches.
Yeah, it's like a Star of David with a needle in front of it. It's just terrible stuff.
You get a fake tattoo with your vaccination number.
Yeah, they do like the little fucking shit where they just have a little like, I was vaccinated frowny face, and then they just like they do the really quick tattoo thing where they just like wet things and they slap it on your hand.
Yeah,
and then they take it off. And you're tattooed.
You can just afterwards. You just like wash it off with a little bit of
it just comes off.
They're like fucking assholes. Fucking.
So your grandma can call you and complain to you about how this reminded her of the Holocaust.
Awful.
And then you can remind your grandma that this vaccine is the reason she still has friends.
And then you dab on her.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it was a funny punchline.
I can't believe Tomi Lahren actually doubled down on that too. It's like MTG was like, I'm sorry I said it. And Tomi Lahren's like, I'm not sorry.
And then
I'll say it again.
And then maybe MTG was like, oh, you know what?
Actually, fuck you.
Yeah,
I'll say it again.
That apology I just had fucking
I'll say it worse and more specific after visiting the museum with all the facts, which I think is the nerdiest, funniest thing of this. Because previously she's just been saying broad Nazi terms, and now I can't wait for her to like use very specific ones. There's
gonna be like a Joe Biden assassination attempt, and it's gonna go wrong, and then she's gonna be like, "This is just like when we tried to get rid of Hitler with
this
the
is
bomb.
Like when Franz Ferdinand was assassinated." You know, like something crazy, like just like boy, oh boy, doesn't this executive order remind me of the invasion of Poland?
I can't believe we are invading Poland with our vaccines. We are sending it off in ships to go be injected into.
Like, I just hope that she's walking around calling AOC like.
What is she calling AOC?
Where are you behind the Iron Curtain? It's just like fucking constant World War II references.
God.
Constantly.
Probably. But yeah, that's all I had. That's literally
Jesus Christ, man. A lot of Nazi stuff today.
A lot of Nazi shit tonight, yeah. How do we end a show?
Don't know.
When we talk about Nazis all the fucking time?
I don't know. And it isn't even from me bringing it up, too.
I brought it.
I know. Fucking, it's other people bringing it up.
Dude, yeah. I found a way to end this podcast. Did you fucking imagine? Wait,
hey Josh, that joke has me thinking of the final solution, baby.
I'm out. Yeah, I don't even need to do a fucking outro. You know what? No, I don't. I'm not even gonna dignify that. No, we're.
Oh no. Oh god.
That might be too much for me.
Really?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know either.
That's the show, everybody. You know, just like life, sometimes podcasts just have to end abruptly.
Here's a good thing about. Here's a good thing.
All right, here's a good thing.
Did you see the video of the old guy that was on some talk show or whatever? And he was like some dude that helped out a bunch of children who were children in Nazi concentration camps, like get out. He helped them get out.
Oh, shit.
And he was on some talk show talking about his efforts in World War II. And it's filmed, and it's fucking amazing. They're like, yo, we found all of the surviving children. And it's like all these old people are in the crowd, and they all stand up, and they're weeping. And this guy is like, holy shit. And it's like 50 plus people that have like entire families and children and stuff. And it's really nice.
Yeah.
So that's a good fucking thing to end the podcast on. That's a good thing.
Yeah, go look that up. That's awesome.
It's a really famous
that guy.
Yeah, it's a really famous video. There's a lot of interesting stuff you can learn about World War II that isn't just facts you can use against the libs.
Vaccines. Remember, everybody, the only good thing you can do with the Nazis is fucking fight them and get rid of their shitty ideology. Fuck Nazis. I had
an aunt that fucking said that the Nazis like enjoyed classical music, and I really don't know what she meant by that.
Oh, that's actually. This is actually an interesting thing about conservatism and Nazis in general.
Yeah.
Conservatism in general.
Yeah.
So during World War II, actually, when Hitler rise to power, they would have very specific traditional artworks that they would enjoy.
Yeah.
But they would actually showcase new different not necessarily progressive, but different abstract artwork and call it not garbage. They would actively go out of their way to shit on it.
Wow.
And they would showcase it though as if it were art, but for the sole purpose of degrading it and saying that this art was not superior to the traditional art of I don't know which specific
probably
artworks.
German painting.
Yeah, traditionalist paintings.
If they're trying to encapsulate German,
because they would
portraiture.
showcase art of people of color. They would
say that this is bad art.
Yeah, exactly, and then use that as a way to power, as a form of power over them.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
And it's really
I think the point that my aunt was trying to make was there are some people there were some Jewish people who were put into concentration camps who were musicians who had instruments, and they would take their instruments and let them continue to practice because of the respect for classical music. And to this day, I don't understand the point.
Yeah, I don't know what that point she was trying to make. Yeah, that's actually
it's just a strange thing that Nazis did. And I mean, let's be honest, it turns out Hitler was on fucking meth the whole time. He was. He was on a cocktail of drugs the entire time. There's no understanding what the Nazis were, unless it's just to cause chaos and fear.
Isn't it weird that the Republican Party is full of fucking losers between Confederates and Nazis?
Yeah. Well, it's
fucking
just
losers.
People trying to hold on to their whiteness.
Yeah.
And afraid of change. Because it's kept them in power, and they believe that that's the only thing that will keep them in power. I could go off on this for fucking hours.
I don't know.
Someday we'll do a very special deep dive into racism and the Holocaust or something.
Yeah, I feel that.
That could be a fun thing to do. I actually meant that genuinely, and I'm sorry.
Talking about human suffering is just a fun thing for us ladies to do.
History's fun. It's fun to learn.
It is fun to learn.
It's fun to learn.
It's fun to learn. All right, I'll agree to that. Sarah, what do you want to plug?
Follow me on Twitter.
Sarah, where else can we find some more of these based and red-pilled takes that you are spitting out right now?
If you want
some
to
more
see
of these facts and fire that you are...
If you want to see me sending people who quote the Nuremberg trials to bad legal takes on Twitter, you can follow at SQUINTON271. Also follow this podcast on Instagram at A Podcast Will Save This, and on YouTube at APWSDR, and on TikTok at APWSDR.
I think on YouTube it's just a podcast to save this relationship, or APWSTR Productions on YouTube.
APWSTR, on YouTube.
And I'm never get that one right. Yeah, and I'm Joshua Chinland on YouTube, Twitch a guy nicknamed JC, Joshua Chinland on Twitter, and that's it.
Woo!
That's all I have. That is all I have for you today.
We're sorry.
We're sorry.
We're taking the drawfee ending.
Yeah.
Or they say sorry at the end of every draw.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
We talked about the Holocaust too much.
More like nada, huh? More like sad.